You've been lied to about BMW maintenance costs. Today, I'm destroying the 10 biggest myths about BMW maintenance that mechanics, dealerships, and even other BMW owners keep spreading. Myth number 10. BMWs are too expensive to maintain. The biggest lie in the automotive world is that BMWs are prohibitively expensive to maintain. But this myth crumbles when you examine the actual numbers. Yes, BMW maintenance costs more than a Toyota Camry, but it's surprisingly competitive with other German luxury vehicles and often less expensive than Audi, Mercedes-Benz, or even Cadillac when you factor in reliability and parts availability. The truth is that BMW maintenance costs vary dramatically depending on the model and how you approach ownership. A well-maintained E46 Series or E39 Series can cost as little as $800 to $1,200 annually when you use independent specialists and perform basic services yourself. Even newer BMWs become affordable when you understand the maintenance schedule and avoid dealership markups. What perpetuates this myth is people comparing BMW maintenance to economy cars rather than other luxury vehicles, and horror stories from owners who neglected basic maintenance until catastrophic failures occurred. Independent BMW specialists charge 40 to 60% less than dealerships for the same services, and many maintenance items can be performed by dedicated owners with basic tools. When you factor in BMW's superior driving dynamics, build quality, and resale value compared to domestic luxury brands, the total cost of ownership often favors the BMW. Myth number 9. You must use the dealership for all service. One of the most expensive myths BMW owners believe is that dealership service is required to maintain warranty coverage, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Federal law protects your right to use independent service providers and aftermarket parts without voiding your warranty, as long as the service meets manufacturer specifications. Many independent BMW specialists provide superior service at significantly lower costs than dealerships. These shops often employ former BMW technicians who understand the vehicles intimately and invest in the same diagnostic equipment used by dealerships. They typically charge $100 to $150 per hour compared to dealership rates of $180 to $250 per hour. What makes independent specialists often superior is their exclusive focus on BMW vehicles, allowing them to develop expertise that general dealership technicians may lack. They understand common issues, have relationships with quality parts suppliers, and often provide more personalized service than busy dealership service departments. The key is finding a reputable independent specialist with proper BMW diagnostic equipment, ASE-certified technicians, and a track record of quality work. Using independent service can reduce your maintenance costs by 40 to 60%, while often providing superior attention to detail and customer service. Myth number 8. BMW engines are unreliable. The myth that BMW engines are inherently unreliable stems from horror stories about specific problematic engines, but this broad generalization ignores BMW's long history of building some of the most durable engines in the automotive industry. BMW has produced both exceptionally reliable engines and some problematic ones, just like every manufacturer. But their reputation for unreliability is largely undeserved when you examine the facts. BMW's most reliable engines, including the M20, M50, M52, M54, and N52, routinely exceed 200,000 to 300,000 miles with proper maintenance and are considered among the best engines ever built. Even BMW's high-performance S-Series engines demonstrate remarkable durability when properly maintained. The key is understanding which BMW engines to avoid and which represent excellent long-term investments. The unreliability myth persists because problematic engines like the N54, N63, and early N20 receive disproportionate attention, while BMW's reliable engines operate quietly for decades without drama. Additionally, many BMW reliability issues stem from deferred maintenance rather than inherent design flaws. BMW engines are sophisticated machines that require proper care, but they reward that care with exceptional longevity and performance. When you choose the right BMW engine and maintain it according to specifications using quality parts and fluids, these power plants provide hundreds of thousands of miles of reliable service. Myth number 7. You need premium gas or the engine will be damaged. One of the most persistent and expensive myths is that you must use premium gasoline or risk catastrophic engine damage. But this fear-mongering costs owners hundreds of dollars annually. While BMW recommends premium fuel for optimal performance, modern BMW engines have NOx sensors and adaptive engine management systems that automatically adjust timing to prevent damage when using regular gasoline. The truth is that using regular gasoline in most BMW engines will not cause damage. It will simply reduce performance and fuel economy slightly. The engine's sophisticated knock detection system retards ignition timing when it detects pre-ignition, protecting internal components from damage. However, high-performance BMW engines with high compression ratios or turbocharging benefit more significantly from premium fuel and may experience more noticeable performance reduction with regular gasoline. The most cost-effective approach is using premium fuel for spirited driving, while accepting that occasional regular fuel use won't harm your engine. Many BMW owners find that the improved performance and fuel economy with premium fuel often offset much of the cost difference, especially in turbocharged engines that respond well to higher octane ratings. Myth number 6. BMW parts are impossibly expensive. The myth that BMW parts cost exponentially more than other vehicles is based on outdated information and dealership pricing rather than today's reality. While genuine BMW parts do cost more than generic alternatives, the price difference is often much smaller than people believe, and quality aftermarket alternatives make BMW ownership surprisingly affordable. BMW's popularity has created a robust aftermarket parts industry, offering quality alternatives at significant savings. Companies like Phoebe, Lemforder, and Bosch supply many of the same components to BMW that they sell in the aftermarket at lower prices. BMW's parts sharing across model lines means many components are used in multiple vehicles, increasing availability and reducing costs. What perpetuates the expensive parts myth is people comparing BMW parts prices to economy car alternatives rather than other luxury brands, and focusing on dealership pricing rather than exploring aftermarket options. Online retailers like FCP Euro, Pelican Parts, and Turner Motorsport offer genuine BMW and OEM equivalent parts at 30 to 50% below dealership prices, often with better warranties. Many maintenance items like filters, spark plugs, and wear components cost only marginally more than those for mainstream vehicles. The key is educating yourself about parts sources and understanding that BMW ownership doesn't require paying dealership markup on every component. Myth number 5. BMWs break down constantly after 100,000 miles. One of the most damaging myths is that BMWs become unreliable money pits after reaching 100,000 miles. But this ignores the reality that many BMWs are just hitting their stride at this mileage when properly maintained. Well-maintained BMWs routinely exceed 200,000 to 300,000 miles, while remaining reliable daily drivers. And the 100,000-mile mark often represents the beginning of the most cost-effective ownership period. BMWs are engineered for longevity, with many components designed to last the vehicle's lifetime when properly maintained. Many BMW owners report their most trouble-free ownership experience occurs after initial depreciation, and early life issues have been resolved through proper maintenance. What creates this myth is that 100,000 miles coincides with warranty expiration. When deferred, maintenance begins showing consequences, and when original owners often trade rather than invest in proper maintenance. Additionally, many high-mileage BMWs end up with owners who can't afford proper maintenance, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. The truth is that BMWs require more sophisticated maintenance than economy cars, but they reward proper care with exceptional longevity. Many BMW enthusiasts specifically seek high-mileage examples because major maintenance items have been addressed and depreciation has flattened. Myth number 4. All BMW maintenance must be done exactly on schedule. The myth that BMW maintenance must be performed exactly according to the service indicator creates unnecessary anxiety and expense. While BMW's maintenance schedule provides important guidelines, understanding the difference between critical services and routine maintenance allows for more flexible ownership. BMW's service intervals are designed with significant safety margins, and slight variations in timing rarely cause problems when you understand which services are truly critical. Oil changes can safely be performed slightly early or late without consequences, while timing belt replacement has more critical timing requirements. What perpetuates this myth is BMW's service indicator system, which creates anxiety by counting down without explaining the relative importance of different maintenance items. Additionally, dealerships often use fear tactics to encourage strict adherence to expensive maintenance schedules. The reality is that experienced BMW owners learn to prioritize maintenance based on actual vehicle needs rather than arbitrary mileage intervals. Critical safety items like brakes should never be deferred, while services like cabin air filter replacement can often be adjusted based on driving conditions. Myth number 3. BMW electrical systems are nightmares. The myth that BMW electrical systems are unreliable nightmares stems from horror stories about specific models, but this ignores the reality that most BMW electrical systems are remarkably robust when properly maintained. BMW's electrical problems are often predictable, well-documented, and preventable through proper battery and charging system maintenance. Modern BMWs have sophisticated electrical systems, but this complexity doesn't automatically translate to unreliability when you understand proper maintenance. The key is recognizing that BMW's electrical systems require stable, clean power to function correctly, and most electrical problems stem from failing batteries rather than inherent design flaws. What creates the electrical nightmare myth is the cascade effect that occurs when the battery begins failing. Voltage fluctuations can cause multiple seemingly unrelated electrical problems. Additionally, many BMW electrical issues are actually software-related and can be resolved through updates rather than expensive hardware replacement. Proactive battery replacement every 4 to 5 years and proper charging system maintenance prevents most BMW electrical problems. Understanding that BMW electrical systems are sophisticated but logical eliminates most of the mystery and expense. Myth number 2. You can't work on BMWs yourself. The myth that BMWs are too complex for DIY maintenance keeps capable owners from performing basic services that could save thousands annually. The truth is that many BMW maintenance tasks are surprisingly straightforward and can be performed by owners with basic mechanical skills and the right tools. BMW's engineering actually facilitates many maintenance procedures, with well-designed access points and logical component layouts. Basic services like oil changes, air filter replacement, and brake pad replacement are well within most mechanically inclined owners' capabilities. What perpetuates the DIY impossibility myth is the intimidation factor of German engineering. The reality is that the BMW community has developed extensive resources for DIY maintenance, including detailed tutorials, tool recommendations, and troubleshooting guides. Websites like Pelican Parts and BMW Forums provide step-by-step instructions for virtually every maintenance procedure. Many BMW-specific tools can be borrowed or purchased affordably, and basic diagnostic scanners are now available for under $200. Even performing only basic maintenance yourself while leaving complex repairs to professionals provides significant cost savings and increased understanding of your vehicle. Myth number 1. BMWs aren't worth the maintenance hassle. The ultimate myth is that BMWs aren't worth the perceived maintenance hassle, but this ignores the exceptional driving experience, build quality, and long-term value that properly maintained BMWs provide. BMWs offer a unique combination of performance, luxury, and driving dynamics that justify their maintenance requirements for enthusiasts who appreciate automotive excellence. When you understand BMW maintenance requirements and approach ownership intelligently, these vehicles provide exceptional value through superior driving dynamics, robust construction, and strong enthusiast community support. The maintenance requirements aren't necessarily more complex than other luxury brands. They're just different and require understanding BMW's specific needs. What creates the not worth it myth is comparing BMW ownership to appliance-like transportation rather than recognizing these vehicles as sophisticated machines designed for driving enthusiasts. The truth is that BMWs reward proper care with exceptional longevity, strong resale values, and driving experiences that few other brands can match. The enthusiast community provides extensive support and knowledge sharing that enhances ownership beyond just transportation. Many long-term BMW owners report that maintenance requirements become routine and manageable, while the driving satisfaction justifies the investment. The key is choosing the right BMW model, understanding the maintenance requirements upfront, and approaching ownership as an enthusiast rather than someone seeking appliance-like transportation. These 10 myths have kept countless enthusiasts away from some of the most rewarding cars ever built, while costing current owners thousands in unnecessary expenses and anxiety. The truth about BMW maintenance is that it requires understanding, not fear. These sophisticated machines reward proper care with exceptional reliability, performance, and driving satisfaction that few other brands can match. The biggest revelation is that BMW maintenance becomes manageable and cost-effective when you educate yourself, use independent specialists, and approach ownership as an enthusiast rather than someone seeking appliance-like transportation. The key is choosing the right BMW model, understanding its specific needs, and leveraging the extensive knowledge and support of the BMW community. Don't let these myths keep you from experiencing the exceptional engineering and driving dynamics that make BMWs special. With proper knowledge and approach, BMW ownership can be both financially reasonable and incredibly rewarding, providing decades of driving satisfaction that justify every dollar invested in proper maintenance. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.